is Natalie Jewell. The recipe I will be preparing today will be with a fantastic ingredient, chickpeas. Why do I think they're fantastic? Because they're very flexible and also because of their nutritional value. They are very rich in folic acid, potassium and iron. And for me, that I worked in a plant-based world, to say in a way, these are key nutrients for a good diet without using any animal protein. What am I doing today? I'm making a chickpea fritter, which I give a little bit of a kick with dende oil. I'm British, but I was raised in Brazil. Dende oil is dende is a typical fruit from the very dry areas of Brazil. It's an oil full of character, and also we use a lot in fish stews. And why am I saying fish? Because we're going to combine with this beautiful fermented kale that has a lot of umami, and also it has the fishy taste of a traditional garum. And also we're going to stuff that chickpea fritter with some peanut butter, smoked tofu, sauteed smoked tofu, and this fermented kale. Let the chickpeas soak for 12 hours or during the whole night. Very important to let them soak, also to not use the water when you soak. Another interesting aspect when you cook chickpeas, you have to start cooking them from hot water, okay? So you have a pan with hot water. I normally, when I cook legumes, I do not use salt. So hot water, chickpeas, and they already will start boiling. You do not add the chickpeas into cold water and then start boiling. Not right. After I let the chickpeas soak overnight, this is the result, okay? They are still raw, the chickpeas. I passed these chickpeas through a blender, and this is the texture I have. Okay, can you see they're slightly crushed? So I have here my chickpea paste, which I'm going to add it here, and I'm going to mix with these onions. Well, there are some Brunoise cut shallots, which I give some flavor, and also this beautiful yellow color, cooking with the dende oil to this chickpea base, okay? And we're going to work it through. The dende oil has a very particular taste. It has a very, I don't know if I can express myself, but it's a very dry taste. So I have here my chickpea paste, a little bit of salt, just a little bit, and our onion that I have previously poached in dende oil. The onion will give creaminess and also a little bit of sweetness to the chickpea base. It's a bit inspired in what we would say a falafel, but I'm not using all the ingredients of a falafel. Chickpeas are really nice because their ingredients are very humble ingredients. They're full of umami. Also, I'm doing some other practices that I've noticed that if you toast chickpeas before making a vegetable broth, for example, they will help you increase the flavor, and also once they start to cook, they give a nice texture. So it's quite interesting everything you can do with chickpeas apart from stewing or making salads and all this. Hummus, which you find everywhere, which is amazing, but there's much more than that. Very gently, just move it. Yes, fantastic. We have here I had to previously just golden brown a little bit our smoked tofus. They're about half a centimeter each side. Kale is also very full of iron. What I did was to kind of julienne cut. I left it in a brine of 1 liter water for 10 grams of salt. Let it really crush the kale leaves, so it did start breaking up the texture. They are kind of a bit hard. Just removing here a fritter. Yeah, can you see? Oh, beautiful color, sunshine color, beautiful. Super, super nice. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted. Just get this oil out of the way. We'll gently heat up our tofu dices meanwhile. So let it in the brine for more or less 1 hour. Strain the brine, remove the excess salt of it. And then using a mortar, what I did was to crush the kale together with chili flakes, chili flakes, garlic powder, onion powder, a little dash, very little of soy sauce and sesame seed oil, okay? Let it all this macerate all together, left it at 19 degrees outside the fridge for 2 weeks, always controlling the pH of the elaboration meanwhile you are fermenting. Past 2 weeks, I let it mature and gain more flavor for 1 month inside the fridge at 4 degrees. This is nice and tender, soft, nice and smooth. That's what we want. The first step is to fill with our peanut butter. There are some bits of peanuts, it's not totally smooth, which is fine for me because I prefer it like that. I think you can notice the peanut longer. Yeah, can you see nice all the way through, being gentle, we don't want to break it down after all this elaboration. Yeah, beautiful. We're going to add our tofu dices. This reminds me a lot of a Brazilian dish of Bahia, the northeast, called acarajé. Very typical dish. And we'll finalize it now with our fermented kale. This will bring together everything. Then the oil, remember I said it goes very well with fish dishes. And you can see all this is amazing. This is all the flavor we want. And there you go. We have our chickpea dish of the day, which is a chickpea fritter with a little bit of dash of dende oil, peanut butter, smoked tofu and fermented kale.